This is the part 3 of the video about Ranga's marriage. This is written by Masti Venkatesha Iyengar. So Ranga's homecoming was a great event. So Ranga is the protagonist slash main character of this chapter. Okay, he was accountant's son, and this story is about Ranga's marriage and how the narrator Shyama planned his marriage with Ratna. Okay, the characters here I have already told you. Ranga is the main character, then comes Shyama, the narrator, Ratna, the bride, and Sastri, the astrologer. So here, see children, Shyama recalls an incident that happened 10 years ago. The village accountant was the first one to gather enough courage to, to send his son to Bangalore to study. Not many people knew English then. That was why Ranga's homecoming was a great event. A big crowd went to greet him. The narrators rushed to see him. Everyone was surprised to see that Ranga had not changed. Once they realized that Ranga was unchanged, the crowd of people slowly disappeared. Only the narrator continued to stand there. Ranga had a smile on his face. He still followed the rituals of his caste by respectfully touching the narrator's feet. So it was only accountant from the village who had the courage to send his son to the city, to study further. And everyone was very excited to see Ranga coming after so many years to his village, whether he have changed or not. But Ranga was very rooted to his tradition. He still touched the feet of his elder, while greeting, and everyone was surprised that Ranga had not forgotten his tradition. So narrator decides to get Ranga married. So by the here you can see heading only, you can see. The same afternoon, Ranga went to the narrator's house. So the narrator, what is the name of the narrator? The name of the narrator is Shyama, with a couple of oranges in his hand. The narrator thought that such a fine and generous boy should get married and settle down. He inquired about his plan to get married. Ranga said that he did not want to get married soon. He was searching for the right girl who was mature enough. Secondly, he wanted to marry a girl he admired. He was not in favor of arranged marriages prevalent in society, which was present in society at that age, at that era. It was about before, it was in the British rule. That means in the 1940s. The child marriage was okay. Ranga was only 13 years old. 11-year-old. So that time the child marriages also was okay. Now it is illegal. No, there is no child marriage happens. But in 1940s, around British era, that time it was prevalent arranged marriage and child marriage. He was not in favor of arranged marriages prevalent in society till he got a girl of his choice. He wanted to remain a bachelor. Bachelor means who never gets married. The male are called bachelor and the female are called spinster. The narrator was distressed to learn about Ranga's view on marriage, but he made up his mind that very soon he would get Ranga married. So though Ranga had come from city, he hadn't forgotten his traditions, his values to respect elders, but his view on arranged marriages was not so positive. He did not like arranged marriages, and he only liked to marry when he admired the girl, when he liked the girl, and he does not wanted to get married. But the narrator Shyama had a plan. The narrator found a suitable girl for Ranga. So the narrator Shyama found a suitable girl. Now who is the girl? Let's move. The narrator found the most suitable girl for him. It was Rama Rao's niece Ratna, a pretty girl of 11 who had come to stay with him after her parents died. She was from a big town, so she knew how to play the veena and the harmonium. She also had a sweet voice. So, narrator Shyama now found a girl. The Ratna was an orphan girl, so she stayed with his uh, uh, uncle, okay, and Rama Rao, and she was only 11 years old. She had come from the city, and she was a very charming girl, okay. She had come from a big town. She knew how to play instruments such as harmonium and veena. These are Indian musical instrument. The narrator starts playing matchmaker. So narrator Shyama now starts being a matchmaker. The next morning, the narrator told Rama Rao's wife to send Ratna to his house to fetch some buttermilk. Ratna knew the narrator as he was a frequent visitor to Rama Rao's place. Ratna came to the narrator's house. When Ratna came, he requested her to sing a song. It was Friday, so she was wearing a sari. So narrator is trying to plan a matchmaking. Okay, matchmaking here means about the boy and a girl, that is called matchmaking. Okay, and who does that? That is called matchmaker. Now the matchmaker is Shyama, who is um, planning to planning Ranga to get married to Ratna. So the next morning, what happened? Shyama told Rama Rao is the uncle of Ratna, okay? Rama Rao's wife to send Ratna to his house. This was just so that coincidentally Ratna and Ranga meets, okay? Uh, so Rama Rao's wife to send Ratna to fetch some buttermilk. Ratna knew the narrator. So Ratna already beforehand knew Shyama. Shyama is the narrator, okay? And he always used to visit Rama Rao's place. Because how Ratna knew narrator? Because narrator always used to visit Ratna's uncle's house, okay? Ratna came to the narrator's house. When Ratna came, he requested her to sing. So when Ratna came to fetch the buttermilk, the narrator Shyama told Ratna to sing. As it was Friday, so Friday in the villages, the girls used to wear sari, okay? Ranga's disappointment. Meanwhile, Ranga came to the narrator's house. Now, Shyama knew that Ranga is every time comes to the narrator's house, so they would be eventually meet. Ranga and Ratna would meet. Okay, so that's why Shyama told Rama's wife to fetch the buttermilk. Okay. Ranga's disappointment. Meanwhile, Ranga came to narrator's house and stopped at the threshold. He did not want the singing to stop, but he was curious to see the singer. He was enchanted by her and kept glancing at her. After a while, Ranga asked about Ratna. The narrator quite cunningly told him that she was married a year ago. Ranga was extremely disappointed to hear this. The narrator noticed sign of disappointment on Ranga's face. रंगा लेफ्ट आफ्टर सम टाइम. सो जब रंगा आया नरेटर का घर में, श्यामा का घर में, तो वो देखा कि रंगा इज सिंगिंग, ओके, एंड सॉरी या रंगा नॉट रंगा, रत्ना इज सिंगिंग एंड रंगा डिड नॉट वांटेड टू डिस्टर्ब रत्ना, but he was also curious to see who was singing, okay. So he gave a speak or a glance, okay, and then after a while Ranga asked who is that girl singing, but narrator was quite cunning, okay, quite cruel, that he told that she was married a year ago, and like that Shyama wanted to disappoint Ranga, okay, and Ranga was quite disappointed, thinking that this beautiful girl was already married. So let's move on to the next heading, the narrator's plan. What was actually narrator's plan? Okay. Next morning, the narrator met the astrologer, better known as Sastri, and tutored him about his plan in Ranga's case. In the afternoon, the narrator met Ranga, who appeared as disturbed as he was yesterday. The narrator suggested to meet Sastri and inquire about what was worrying him. Ranga did not protest and went to meet Sastri with the narrator. Sastri pretended surprise and spoke about the meeting the narrator after a long time. So अब ये श्यामा, नरेटर का नाम है श्यामा, श्यामा प्लान कर रहा है कि कैसे रंगा को फंसाया जाए शादी में। हाँ, तो वो एस्ट्रोलॉजर के साथ शास्त्री इज़ द एस्ट्रोलॉजर के साथ इस प्लानिंग कर रहा है कि मैं एस्ट्रोलॉजर को बोल रहा है कि शास्त्री मैं रंगा को भेजूंगा तुम्हारे पास, तुम ऐसा सरप्राइज एक्ट करना। हाँ, और ऐसा 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 उसका शादी के बारे में बोलना, ऐसा ऐसा लड़की है, ऐसे ऐसे इनडायरेक्टली। तो द नरेटर ऑलमोस्ट ruined his own plan by saying that he had already met Sastri that very morning, but Sastri saved it by changing the sentence. So by क्या होगा, तो पर क्या हुआ अचानक से, जब नरेटर भी रंगा के साथ शास्त्री के पास गया तो वो भी बाय मिस्टेक बोल दिया कि मैं तो शास्त्री के साथ पहले ही मिल चुका हूँ। फिर शास्त्री एस्ट्रोलॉजर ने थोड़ा सेव कर लिया, हाँ, नरेटर को। द नरेटर टोल्ड शास्त्री दैट समथिंग वाज वरिंग पुअर रंगा एंड दे हैड कम टू सीक हिज हेल्प। सो नरेटर बोल रहा है कि ऐसा बोल रहा है कि ऐसे ऐसे सरप्राइजिंगली एक्ट कर रहा है रंगा के सामने कि रंगा इज़ वेरी मच डिस्टर्ब्ड एंड वांट्स योर हेल्प. After making a pretext of some calculation, Sastri said that it was about a girl. To the narrator's question at is who that girl was, Sastri said that she had a name of something found of ocean. Pearl, moss, pachi, kamala, ratna, the precious stone. So, अभी एस्ट्रोलॉजर को तो पता ही था, शास्त्री को तो पता ही था, क्योंकि नरेटर ने बता दिया था कि ऐसा ऐसा प्लान है। तो अकॉर्डिंग टू प्लान वो जा रहा है कि कोई लड़की है तुम्हारी ज़िंदगी में जो तुम्हें डिस्टर्ब कर रहा है, उसका नाम किसी रतन से और पर्ल से जुड़ा हुआ, रत्ना से जुड़ा हुआ है। तो इनडायरेक्टली हिंट दे रहा है कि रत्ना इज़ एक्चुअली द गर्ल फॉर योर फ्यूचर। वैसे इनडायरेक्टली फंसा रहा है शादी के लिए। हाँ, बट मीन्स अच्छे के लिए, रंगा का भलाई के लिए द नरेटर एंड शास्त्री प्लानिंग, ओके, लाइक दैट. So next I'll do the narrator's plan succeed and another topic, okay.